Question number 8 is find the maximum area of an isosceles triangle inscribed in an ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1 with vertex at one end of the major axis. So when we are taking an isosceles triangle inside an ellipse, I have drawn an ellipse which is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. That is, the major axis is on the x-axis. X, this is y dash, x. Okay, x dash. So major axis is on the x-axis. So we have to take the triangle, isosceles triangle, in such a manner that vertex is touching in one of the major axis. So in one major axis we have taken one vertex. Suppose that be A. So A is the one vertex of the isosceles triangle. Remaining vertices are here, B and C. And let A be a comma 0, B be a cos theta, comma b sin theta. So any general point on an ellipse is of the form a cos theta, b sin theta. So that C will be, again they are lying on the same straight line here. So it is a cos theta, comma minus b sin theta, but in the negative y axis. Okay, so it is y coordinate is negative. Now you can just see that a cos theta plus b sin theta will satisfy the equation of the ellipse. Why we are taking a general form of an ellipse? This one, as any point on the ellipse is of this form. Why we are telling? Because it will satisfy the equation of the ellipse. You just see x can be replaced with a cos theta, so you will get a square cos square theta by a square plus y b square sin square theta. If this is a point on the ellipse, it should satisfy the equation of the ellipse also. So this will give you cos square plus sin square, which is 1. So that you can use the point B as a cos theta b sin theta, and therefore you can get C as a cos theta minus b sin theta. So we are considering triangle ABC be the isosceles triangle which is inscribed in the ellipse with A as a comma 0, B as a cos theta, b sin theta, and C as a cos theta minus b sin theta as the vertices. Okay. Now let capital A be taken as the area. We have to maximize the area. That means let capital A be the area of the triangle. We are starting with the area. You can use half BH concept. Here what you will get, half into B into H. So half into BC into AD for the triangle, right? Now what will be BC and AD? We will just see. BC. B is a cos theta b sin theta. C is this one. So BC means it is root of x2 minus x1 will give you 0 here. A cos theta minus a cos theta plus b sin theta minus of b sin theta will give you 2b sin theta, the whole square. So that will give you 2b sin theta using your distance formula. Again, what will be AD? A is a comma 0 and this point is a cos theta b sin theta and it is on this line. That means D's coordinate will be a cos theta comma 0. So that when you use again distance formula, you will get AD as a minus a cos theta the whole square, root of a minus a cos theta the whole square minus 0 minus 0. So you will get a minus a cos theta as the distance AD. So we are just replacing half into BC is 2b sin theta into AD is a minus a cos theta. 2 gets cancelled. Now we are multiplying so that you will get first term as AB sin theta minus AB sin theta cos theta. So this is A. Now I will differentiate A with respect to theta. AB is a constant, derivative of sin theta will give you cos theta minus AB again is a constant. Here you have two functions of theta, so you can use product rule. Sin theta into derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta plus cos theta into derivative of sin theta is cos theta. So that you are getting AB cos theta minus AB into minus sin square theta plus cos square theta, or cos square theta minus sin square theta. Now what is cos square theta minus sin square theta? Cos 2 theta. So we can replace it with AB cos 2 theta. Now dA by d theta is AB cos theta minus AB cos 2 theta. Now what we are doing, finding out the second derivative. So we'll get d square A by d theta square is equal to AB into derivative of cos theta will give you minus sin theta minus AB into derivative of cos theta will give you a negative sign. So it will become positive AB sin 2 theta into 2. So it is plus 2AB sin 2 theta. So this is second derivative. Now equating first derivative to 0 will give you your maxima or minima. So for maxima or minima, dA by d theta is equal to 0 will give you AB cos theta minus AB cos 2 theta is equal to 0, or cos theta is equal to AB will get cancelled and you will get cos theta is equal to cos 2 theta. Okay. Now we have cos x equal to cos y. Cos x equal to cos y will give you the general solution as x is equal to 2n pi plus or minus y. Right? Now here you have cos 2 theta. 2 theta and theta for your x and y. Now again, when you take this ellipse, the maximum thing or the revolution will be till 2 pi only. So the values which you can choose is, this is your theta is equal to 2n pi plus or minus 2 theta, right? Now when n is equal to 1, because the revolution is only once, so it will become n is equal to 1. This will give you theta is equal to 2 pi plus or minus 2 theta. Now again for this one, that is plus or minus 2 theta, we have to select which one will be suitable. If it is 2 pi plus, that means after this revolution again it is going, and we don't need that. So we will choose 2 pi minus 2 theta only. So here you will get theta can be 2 pi minus 2 theta alone. So plus or minus will give you only minus applicable here in this question. Okay. So this gives the value of theta as, that is combining these two, you will get 3 theta is equal to 2 pi, or theta is equal to 2 pi by 3. So this is the critical point. Now we are just checking whether this point is acting as a maxima or a minima. Okay, so what happens at this point for d square A by d theta square? We are just replacing the values. AB can be taken out. Here you have negative sine theta, negative sine theta will be replaced with 2 pi by 3 plus AB taken out means 2 sine 2 theta, 2 sine 2 into 2 pi by 3. Okay, so AB into minus sine 2 pi by 3 can be written as pi minus pi by 3 plus 2 sine, this will give you 4 pi by 3, and 4 pi by 3 can be written as pi plus pi by 3. So this is AB into, again pi minus pi by 3 is in second quadrant and pi plus pi by 3 is in the third quadrant. And in the second quadrant sign is positive and third quadrant sign is negative. So that here this have no change in the sign. So it is minus sign. Minus is already there. This will give you sin pi by 3. Here this will give you a negative sign because it is in the third quadrant. So it is becoming minus 2 sin pi by 3. So AB into minus 3 sin pi by 3, minus 3 sin pi by 3, minus 3 AB, right? Now what is sin pi by 3? Root 3 by 2. So minus 3 AB root 3 by 2, or minus 3 root 3 by 2 AB. It is a negative quantity, so you can have second derivative as giving you a negative sign. It is less than 0. Therefore, theta equal to 2 pi by 3 is a point of maxima. Okay. So this value will give you the area as maximum. But the question is, you have to find out what is that maximum area. So we have to replace the value theta equal to 2 pi by 3 in the area and find out the maximum area. So replacing the value of theta in the area will give you the maximum area. So the maximum area is AB sine 2 pi by 3 minus AB sine 2 pi by 3 cos 2 pi by 3. So AB can be taken out. Sine 2 pi by 3 is nothing but pi minus pi by 3 minus, again this is sine pi minus pi by 3 cos pi minus pi by 3. Okay. Now again sine of pi minus pi by 3 is in the second, pi minus pi by 3 second quadrant, sine is positive. So you'll get sine pi by 3 minus sine, here again this is positive. Now what about cos? Cos is negative. Cos is negative in the second quadrant. So you will get a negative sign here and it will become cos pi by 3, right? So AB sine pi by 3. This will give you plus sine pi by 3 cos pi by 3. AB is in common. AB into sine pi by 3 will give you root 3 by 2 plus again root 3 by 2 into here 1 by 2. So that AB into root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 4. Root 3 again taken out. Root 3 AB into half plus 1 by 4 will give you 3 by 4 there, right? So it is 3 root 3 AB by 4. 3 root 3 AB by 4 unit squares. Okay, square units will be the area. Clear? So this is the maximum area, 3 root 3 AB by 4 square units.